There has finally been a major update on the Couhaib Driouech situation, and this time the Rangers target himself has revealed exactly what happened behind the scenes. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. The proposed £7 million move to Rangers collapsed after concerns were raised during Driouech's medical, with the Ibrox club ultimately deciding against completing the deal after being told the winger could be sidelined for several weeks. But while Rangers walked away, Driouech has now returned to training with PSV, and his first comments have shed new light on why the transfer fell apart. Speaking to ESPN, the 24-year-old admitted that the whole situation was a roller coaster of emotions and revealed that there was actually a disagreement between the medical teams involved. Driouech explained that he had suffered a small tear in his thigh, which he believes was made worse after taking a knock to his knee. That knock subsequently developed into a hematoma, and that appears to be at the heart of the disagreement. From Rangers' perspective, the concern was that the injury could prevent Driouech from making an immediate impact. With the club unwilling to take that risk on a £7 million signing, the deal collapsed, despite the player already mentally preparing for life in Glasgow. That is perhaps the most intriguing part of this entire story. Driouech admitted that he had already pictured himself wearing the Rangers shirt and considered the move a major step in his career. So, from the player's perspective, to get so close to completing the transfer, only for it to disappear because of a medical disagreement, must have been incredibly frustrating. And his response to the situation was brutally honest. He simply said, "It sucks." However, there is an interesting twist. Driouech is now back on the pitch with PSV and insists that he feels good, suggesting that the injury concerns which ultimately ended the Rangers deal may not be as serious as initially feared. Of course, that does not necessarily mean Rangers made the wrong decision. The club had to protect itself financially and medically, particularly when they believed the player could be unavailable for several weeks. But it does give us a much clearer picture of why this transfer collapsed. This was not simply a case of Rangers losing interest or PSV refusing to sell. Instead, it appears the medical assessment became the decisive factor, with a disagreement between doctors ultimately leaving Rangers unwilling to proceed. Now, with the transfer window rapidly approaching its conclusion, the big question is whether another club will take the gamble on Driouech. For his part though, the winger is not dwelling on what happened. He says he is happy to remain at PSV and will simply wait to see whether another opportunity presents itself. So, Rangers fans now know much more about what really happened. And incredibly, the player at the centre of the failed transfer has essentially confirmed that a medical disagreement was the reason the £7 million move fell apart. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. There has been a major development surrounding Tuur Rommens that could come as a huge relief to Rangers supporters, especially with the transfer window now entering its final and most crucial stages. There had been genuine concern that Rangers could be forced into a difficult decision over Rommens after Belgian transfer journalist Sacha Tavolieri reported that the 23-year-old was among 3 players being considered by Club Brugge. The Belgian giants are searching for a replacement for Bjorn Meyer, and with Rommens already on their radar, there were fears that Rangers could face a late approach for one of their key defenders. But now, that concern appears to have been significantly reduced. A fresh report from respected Belgian newspaper Het Nieuwsblad has provided an important update stating that neither Rommens nor Werder Bremen's Olivier Deman are currently on Club Brugge's final shortlist. That means former Rangers loanee Jayden Magoma is reportedly the only remaining candidate from the three-man shortlist previously revealed by Tavolieri. And for Rangers, that could be a very important development. Rommens only joined the club from KVC Westerlo in January for around £3 million, but he quickly established himself as a reliable and energetic presence on the left side. Losing him at this stage of the window would have created a major headache for Derek McInnes, particularly with Rangers already trying to strengthen several other areas of the squad. James Penrice has arrived on loan from AEK Athens, giving McInnes another option at left back. But ideally, Rangers want both players available rather than having to suddenly replace Rommens with just days remaining in the window. And with Club Brugge now seemingly looking elsewhere, Rangers can breathe a huge sigh of relief. It removes the possibility of a late transfer saga and allows McInnes and the Rangers hierarchy to focus their attention on strengthening the squad rather than worrying about losing an important starter. There is still plenty happening at Ibrox though, with Rangers also closing in on Aston Villa right-back Costa Nedeljkovic in a deal worth around £4 million, including an obligation to buy. So while Rangers remain busy in the transfer market, this latest Tuur Rommens update could be just as important as any new signing. For now, it appears the Belgian defender is staying put, and that will certainly be welcome news for the Light Blues. Ultimately, this is exactly the kind of transfer update Rangers will have wanted at this stage of the window. Losing Tuur Rommens now would have created another problem for Derek McInnes to solve, but with Club Brugge seemingly moving in a different direction, that threat appears to have eased significantly. Rommens can now focus on returning from injury and continuing to establish himself at Ibrox, while Rangers turn their attention towards the players they actually want to bring through the door. With the transfer window entering its final stages though, things can change quickly. But for now, this is a major boost for Rangers and a very positive update on Rommens' future. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.